Welcome, everyone, to the Pluto in Aquarius edition horoscopes for this week. Wow, what a week this is going to be. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I'm ready for the change. I'm ready for all of the 2025 changes, as dynamic and jolting as they promised to be. Now, before I get into the horoscopes for this week, I want to quickly make mention that this Saturday, November 23, if you are in Brisbane or you can get to Brisbane, I am giving a 1 day workshop on the astrology of 2025. It's going to be a really fun, informative, information-packed day. So if you can make it, there's a link in the description below where you can find out more about it. If you can't get to Brisbane, I'm sure many of you couldn't even get to Australia, and that's fine. I'm going to be presenting a webinar, a condensed webinar on the material of this workshop, and I will be releasing information about that super soon, and I'll be doing it sometime mid-December. So then you've got a little bit of time over the holidays to sort of wrap your head around the year ahead. And one last thing, before I get into the horoscopes, I also want to make mention in the energy of Pluto and Aquarius, the energy of the house that is going to be a mainstay for the next 20 years. I also want you to think it's not our first rodeo when it comes to our Aquarius houses. We've had Pluto in Aquarius going in and out of Aquarius since March of 2023. And prior to that, we had the ruler of Aquarius, Saturn, moving through that part of the sky and that part of your chart since December of 2020. So we have had a bit of practice in respect to this house. And so while some people may be selling doom around Pluto, and don't get me wrong, there's definitely reason for that. But when it comes to personalizing the transit, think about the what I would call the jab years where we had a lot of authoritarianism, told to do this. If you want to be one of us, you've got to do this. If you want to fit into society, you've got to do this. So, if we just think about that era of time and look at the house of your birth chart and how did it shift things for you? What changed in that era? Obviously, we had a lot of similar collective experiences, but how did that experience maybe change you in some respect? Pluto's going to come along now and really sort of drill down on that energy. Rather than just the 2.5 year passing Saturn transit, now we've got a couple of decades to really make something out of that experience, to really change your life in a meaningful way. And that's what these horoscopes are about this week is your what I'm calling your defining moment. So let's get right into it. I'm also going to be time stamping each of the 12 signs so you can jump to that as well. Okay, so there's the weekly overview and then the 12 signs from the 18th to the 24th of November. So let's do this. Every now and then, there is a moment that defines an era. Those moments are rare, though when they do happen, we tend to look back on them saying, remember when, or where were you when? Where were you when you heard about the planes crashing into the Twin Towers? Where were you when Kurt Cobain died? How about John Lennon, JFK? I'm not sure why I'm pointing out sad or shocking events, though this seems to be the way the human psyche works. When these types of defining moments happen, especially the ones with devastating consequences, is when the light of the human experience dispels the dark. It's these dark yet defining moments when people band together, share in common grief, and support each other. It's through the worst times we get to the best times. Only sadness can make us appreciate joy. Only the coldest winter can make us appreciate the spring. Will it take another dark yet defining moment for people to come together again, to put ego to one side and remember their humanity, to move beyond their ideological capture and entertain another point of view? All this and more is possible, though it will take some time. How long exactly is up to the power of each individual. We can make it sooner rather than later if we choose to. Aries, finding your tribe is important now. There is a lot of talk about tribalism being a bad thing, but it isn't. We are all at our best when we are with our kin and clan, and there's nothing wrong with that. The difference is when we block ourselves from that which is different, when we close off other perspectives and are in lockstep with what the tribe says is when it's problematic. If you have to be like them to be one of them, then maybe this is your defining moment. Taurus, sometimes it's the shots we don't take are the ones that lead to victory. Other times you have to swing from the fences to get those points on the board. Right now, you're in a period of time where you have to choose either to swing the bat or let things slide through to the keeper. When you must make these choices, make them from a place of authenticity. Even short-term loss now will mean longer-term wins later. Win the match or win the season. It's your call. Gemini, once you see something, it's impossible to unsee it. A changed perspective can really become a changed life. Your curiosity, the ability to ask questions, it will open up new pathways for you that you can't even imagine. Your only challenge is to stay on said path rather than become distracted. The change you long for may feel so far in the distance right now, but soon enough, your defining moment will arrive and you won't recognize your life anymore. The slower the pace for now, enjoy the slower pace for now because it won't last. Cancer. Everything you've ever wanted is readily available. The only issue is that you'll find it in the last place you're willing to look. We all have our fears and phobias, and they've probably served you well up until now. However, if you want real and lasting change in your life when it comes to partnership, finance, and real intimacy, you have to peel back the layers and discover what it is that holds you back. It's scary and a daunting prospect, but ask yourself, what have you got to lose? Leo, your relationship status is under the cosmic radar. It matters not what you put on Facebook, but it's the way you perceive true love to be. Are you single and not want to be? Are you partnered and wondering how long you will be? Whatever it is, you need to really transform your idea of what love and marriage actually is. Would you take on a job and not understand the job description? Every relationship has its role and function. Understand your part within it, and your life will become so much more rewarding. Virgo, it can be your tendency to forever be the apprentice or student and never be the master. Right now, you've got some choices to make that will either keep you where you are or they will take you to your next level. In order to get to that next level, you're going to have to take some risks. This may also involve having to disappoint someone too. It's either that it's either that and stay where you are or disappoint yourself. A hard choice made now will lead to making easier choices down the track. Change or stay the same. Libra, a lot of people move through life with a lot of preconceived ideas about how it will turn out. This is very much the case when it comes to romance, relationships, and children. Just when you think you've got it all figured out, things can change and change very quickly. It's almost as though one day you meet someone and everything is just so very different. Your defining moment is to let go of everything you thought life would be and embrace it for all the things it could be. Scorpio, what does family and your domestic life mean to you? What does it mean? What does being secure mean to you? For some Scorpios, it might mean having a loving spouse and a tribe of kids at home. For others, it might be a thriving real estate portfolio, knowing that all your financial needs are taken care of. It could even be a combination of the two. Whatever it is that will provide you with a deep and profound foundation in life is what you need to relentlessly pursue now. Let that choice be your defining moment. Sagittarius, it's never enough for you to skim the surface of things. Out of all the zodiac signs, it is you who is passionate when it comes to seeking the truth. If something has been piquing your curiosity for some time now, it may be time for you to consider diving right in. What is it that you want to know more about? What is it about your daily life that you want to become more meaningful and magical? Don't discount the little things, as they have the power to compound over time and really change your life. Capricorn, it's been a long and arduous journey for you since 2008. This week, you can finally breathe a sigh of relief that chapter has finally closed. Now, your mission is to take all those lessons, including the pain and ecstasy those entailed, and turn them into gold. Some financial choices need to be made now. This could be an investment, an expense, or a bet on those skills and talents you've been refining for the last couple of decades. Action combined with confidence will make you unstoppable now. Aquarius, if you read the weekly overview above, you'll know that we are in a potentially era-defining moment. For you, you are most definitely in a defining moment. I'm not going to lie and say the journey you've been chosen for is going to be all sunshine and roses, because it isn't. However, you're going to have to discover that silver linings are indeed everywhere. Do you want to know where those silver linings and reservoir of strength can be found? It's right from within you. Decide what you want to be and become it. Pisces. It's so simple to say, but if you change your thoughts, you change your life. That said, what do you do with the thoughts, the dreams, and the realities you've entertained for your entire life? Do you just pretend they're not even real or valid anymore? In some cases, that may be necessary. If you feel deep within you that something is no longer real, seems to work, or is even the truth anymore, then you need to discover why. The deep existential questions about life now need to be answered. There we have it, everyone. Pluto in Aquarius horoscopes. I hope you enjoyed them. I'd love to hear your comments. What house is it for you? And how are those tectonic plates shifting within your life? Until next time, I hope you have a very defining week. See you later.